what do you make of this news about DeepSeek and the questions it raises about Nvidia and the prospects for Nvidia?
Sure. Well, thank you for having me today. Certainly always an exciting, different day when you wake up. You never know what the facts might be or what the reaction will be. I was told very early in my career, my job is trying to put the puzzle pieces together, and you think you do your job and you have a great thesis or story and earnings, and then you come in and there's a new piece that you haven't put together, or they were all mixed around. And so there's never an end to our job. We're focused on fundamentals, long-term horizons. And so I've been a shareholder since 2016 in Nvidia. Apple, I was looking back 2004. And so these are sort of the timelines we try to invest across our portfolios for clients. And so, we had a period where the shares were performing exceptionally well. There's periods where they're going to underperform relative to expectations. So particularly on this news today, I think the question has been what the growth trajectory of the company will be in the future. That has been a question on every call in the last several quarters since there was a real breakout in early 23. If you recall that $7 billion quarter to 11, something that people had never really seen before. And no one thought they can grow in 2024. If you thought about all the calls during 23, there were real questions. Could you have any growth? And their company, had the insights, and they said, we do believe we'll grow in 24. We're looking at another perhaps 50% plus revenue growth, year ahead after doing over 100%.
Right.
And the question again is, well, what happens next year? It's always the question of and so I think there's always a period of question and concern. They ramp their products every year. That sort of catalyst of new upgrade cycle, which we appreciate, we like. That's something similar with Apple when they have new phones. Despite maybe consumers being a little bit less excited each year, there's enough of an installed base that people will upgrade. And so I think there's a lot of similarities here with Nvidia.
Right.
But when shares are worth more than any other company in the world, heavy is the head that wears the crown. And so I think there's been a lot of skepticism before. Yes.
So very quickly here, as the big tech companies get ready to report earnings, what will you be listening for here to try to assess the impact on Nvidia from DeepSeek?
I think the questions on CapEx for their largest customers, they sell to the largest cloud hyperscalers. I think we are still very early in cloud adoption very broadly. When you think about the amount of budgets companies spend on the cloud, you think about the CapEx budgets for Meta, for Microsoft. Just last week, several days ago, less than a week, we had the announcement of Stargate, which was a new entrant into this sort of cloud hyperscaler world. And you had other companies come out and say they're going to spend more. I think if there's any question on the future spend, they do guide, basically only on an annual basis. And so we're not going to get any guidance on 26 or 27 CapEx. Obviously, all stocks are discounting value of future. But as your previous guest mentioned, 5 years from now, there is no answer for that. No one will have that answer. I do believe that there's a great phrase Jensen has said for years, which gets lots of laughs. The more you buy, the more you save.
Yes.
And efficiency gains might actually put back into more adoption. And so I think we're very early still.